Hello all. Here is one of the students already submitted the assignments for the project, ChatGPT project. And one thing I want to mention is that these links, are a kind of public, which means when you post something there, someone might copy the link and email it to other people. I strongly recommend that not to put anything specific like your date of birth or something. You make it just general. That way, it's for the purpose of, learning. Now, therefore, let me explain what it is, and let's check about this project. Therefore, we are talking about about opening a store, convenience store, and putting $15,000 down, and see how nicely ChatGPT created financial statements for this, moneymaker convenience store. And therefore, if you decide to start your own business, you can get help from ChatGPT. You can tell ChatGPT, I want to start my own business. I have this. You tell me, what I should do. I am interested in this business. I want in this location. I want, I have these limitations. I have a degree in this. And then ChatGPT looks at what you are saying and based on that creates it. I clicked on the link that the student had put, and here what I see is that sales revenue estimated. That means this convenience store is selling $200,000. When it says $200,000, I can easily think that I say if it sells $1,000 per day, that will be $360,000. Because it is $200,000, my guess is that this store is selling $600. The daily sales of this is around $600 a day, which is reasonable. You can have a grocery store and sell $600 a day. Therefore, COGS, cost of goods sold, this person goes and buys $140,000 of materials and then is going to hire someone because he or she cannot stay in the store all day. Therefore, hires most likely one person, two part-time employees, and pays them total of $10,000, $20,000, and utilities, insurance, permits, marketing, and all of this. The total, expenses are $177,000 a year. Therefore, this person makes $20,000 in first year, and then has to pay 25% taxes. Therefore, this person ends up with $17,250 in his or her first year. Therefore, this is something that I want you to, see how nicely ChatGPT came and created these financial statements. Then we go and look at the balance sheet. If you look at here, the total, when we say current assets, the assets, include current assets and, fixed assets. The total assets that this person has would be come to the total. And then I think, let me look at the end number, owner's equity, and it is 146,000. Therefore, the 146,000 total assets, here it is, and the total $146,000 for owner's equity and total liabilities and owner's equity. Do you see how it is balanced? It is $146,000 here, and it is $146,000 here. Therefore, I want you to look at these statements to become familiar with income statements and with financial statements. And these are great accounting concepts. Business students, should be familiar, and those who take finance, personal finance, and those things have to be familiar with these concepts. They will be helpful. Of course, these concepts are more into for business finance as opposed to personal finance. But as personal, issues, you also have your own financial statements. You have car, how it is your assets and liabilities, and you have a balance sheet. As a student, you have a balance sheet because your assets should be always equal to your liabilities plus the owner's equity. You can create your own, income statement, a balance sheet. You can go and, you don't need to post it on the, public, but you can go and ask ChatGPT, okay, I have a car, I have this much loan. Please create a, balance sheet for me. You will see it looks at how much you owe, how much how much your assets are, and it can come and give you a balance sheet. Therefore, as a personal, personal finance, as you see, can deals with this. You want to know what is your net worth, what is your equity. You put your liabilities or your credit cards, the mortgage, I don't know, whatever you owe you on your car. The assets are the value of your car, the value of your computer, the value of your land. Therefore, you can ask ChatGPT to create this for your own personal issue. If someone wants to create that, and put it on the discussion board, I don't recommend put the link, if you want, just don't put anything in terms of your personal issues, don't put your credit card number, don't post your, social security number, because as you see, this link is a public, therefore it's just for the purpose of you all learning. Therefore, it has some projections here, cash flow statements, net income that person has, that's the salary, what he's going to get or she's going to get at the end of the year. And then the building that he or she has will depreciate, and therefore all of these things. And net cash flow is $15,000. Means the business looks good because it has enough cash to operate, because you always want to have some cash. Otherwise, you won't be able to write your bills and those things. And look at here, gives tip to this person. Now, the same person who very nicely went to ChatGPT and asked all these questions and got all these answers can go back and ask some more questions that, hey, I suppose I don't want to pay $20,000 to, the people. Can I live with $10,000 as a salary? Could you revise my, business plan? Could you revise my, statements? Therefore, you will see that how it is. Now, I want the students, if you want to go and give comments about this, is posted. This discussion is posted by one of the students on the discussion board. I want you to go, those of you who want to give comment, you can go, you can say, oh, this is doable, this is not doable, but see how nicely the idea is coming up. You will learn about a lot of businesses in the area, One of the personal finance ideas is that how can you use your personal finance to start your own business? Therefore, understanding this concept, understanding ChatGPT is, a kind of helping you to, work on the projects that you want to, be successful at. Therefore, I want you to go to the discussion board and look at what other students have posted, learn about the businesses. Now we already learned about, convenience store, what is involved, if it is, whatever, my recommendation. Let me see what the ChatGPT, because one of the comments is that I own already land. Most likely ChatGPT recognized and didn't put anything as rent. Let me see if it says anything. Do you see? I don't see anything as rent. ChatGPT here says rent and utilities. Rent, utilities, maintenance. This person doesn't have a rent if he or she owns the land, but it says utilities and maintenance. Think about that $10,000 for that. But I want you to think about it. The same student, if I was in the place of this student, I would have gone and I would have given ChatGPT memorizes what you put there. It is already on the ChatGPT of this person, on his or her home. He can go or she can go to the ChatGPT and say, could you revise this? I changed my mind. I feel that instead of $15,000, I only have $10,000 because then ChatGPT goes there and, recalculates. Therefore, this is a great project.